Literally an ill motherfucker, cause I'm fucking mothers withdrawing all pills, motherfucker. I am the cold world, am the whole world. I am these beats, I am these streets. Where dope, where coke, where smoke, where broke, till we re-up the stash spot. Have a fat knot, by the end of the week we live by the beat, but we're still flipping bud. Don't move your feet, we'll still eat, we don't need your love. So fuck who you think is king, we don't need your crown. Still always gonna have the best.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? Thank you guys so much once again for tuning into my channel, and in this video today we are going to be working on a pair of shoes that we are not quite familiar with on this channel. This is a pair of New Balances. This is a pair of 1500s. Now this particular pair of 1500s is actually a limited edition collaboration between LAMJC and Colette, so we are just going to be extra careful with these. Now a few of the things that we are going to need to do is just repaint the midsole and give it a nice deep clean. Now one thing that makes painting a pair of 1500s a complete pain in the ass is it looks good, don't get me wrong, from what I'm about to say, but New Balance thought it was a good idea to go ahead and put their branding on the actual midsole. So when it comes time to actually strip the paint off of the midsole, it's just going to be a little bit of a hassle. You need to take a little bit of extra care. Not that big of a deal. We're gonna work through it like always. And as usual, if you are following along at home, a couple of the things that you are going to need in order to complete this project are acetone. And for anyone tuning into my channel for the first time by any chance, this is literally just an old bottle of nail polish remover. I take straight acetone from pretty much any hardware store and I just fill this old bottle straight to the top. Some cotton rounds, Angelus Flat White, Angelus Jamaican Joy, Angelus Fire Red, Angelus Lilac, a sneaker cleaner, and as usual for this particular project I am going to be using Reshoevn8r. And as always, if you are at all interested in saving 20% off of your entire order over at Reshoevn8r.com, be sure to use my discount code at checkout. It will be in the description if you are interested. A size 9 brush that you can get in a brush kit from AngelusDirect.com, or if you are in Australia, just for convenience sake, you can get this at Sneaker Sauce. Angelus red vinyl tape, blue edge lock tape that you can get at pretty much any hardware store, a couple medicine droppers, Angelus matte finish, and a suede nap. I'm going to be using Reshoevn8r suede nap. I have already told you about the 20% off. So pretty much that's all we are going to need in order to get started on this project, and let's get going. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to need to do before we do anything is actually strip off some of this midsole paint. Now it's already coming off a pretty fair amount, but we are just going to touch it up a little bit more just to make sure that the surface is completely clean and completely smooth. Like I said, this is a pretty rare shoe, so I really don't want to mess it up, so I'm just going to take some acetone, I'm going to put it on a cotton round, and we are going to get straight to work. Alright, so the midsole on this particular pair of shoes has been stripped to my liking. I managed to save the actual New Balance branding on the midsole. I'm gonna be straight up. I got a steady hand, but I am not keen on redoing that New Balance logo. Chances are I'm going to mess it up completely. So I managed to kind of fade the white away because there's no cracking paint around this logo whatsoever. So I'm just going to blend the old paint in with the new paint, make it look nice and pretty, see what I can do. I guess we'll see at the end of the video. So you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself like, all right, next step is gonna be to clean the shoe. You're wrong. I'm going to tape off the shoe. I actually plan on deep cleaning the shoe after the midsole and the finish has actually been applied. So without any further ado, let's get to taping off this shoe. I'm going to be using Angelus red vinyl tape, and let's go. Alright, so we have taped off the outsole of the shoe, and to ensure that I am working with a clean surface, I'm just going to be taking a brush that I just simply don't care about anymore and completely going over the midsole. It's very easy, just pretty much watch me do it. Pretty much all that does is just to ensure that you have no cotton ball residue or anything like that on the midsole. If you are in fact going to be deep cleaning after you repaint, you definitely want to be working with a clean surface, so that brush technique comes in handy pretty much 100% of the time. So what we are going to do next is lay down some white on this midsole, but before I do that, I'm going to remove the laces. It's just going to be a time lapse, so you're literally just going to watch me remove the laces and then go straight into painting. So we have laid down our white undercoat. Pretty much the entire midsole is white. There are a couple sections here that need a couple of pink hits. I'm not 100% sure about the name of the color, but I do have the ratio. 13 drops of Angelus Jamaican Joy, 3 drops of Angelus Fire Red, and 6 drops of Angelus Lilac, in that order. So now that we got our mix down, it's time to continue painting. So as of right now, there is literally only 2 things left to do, and that is apply some finisher to this midsole and give this shoe a nice deep clean. And that deep clean is also going to include the shoelaces, so without any further ado, let's apply this finisher. I'm going to be using Angelus Matte, like I said in the beginning of the video, and let's go. So like I said, the last thing that I'm going to be doing is deep cleaning the shoe, and yes, I did say it is going to include the laces. So in order to deep clean a set of shoelaces, I'm just going to take an old Tupperware container filled with hot water, take a little bit of Rejuvenator, just put it in there, take the laces, chuck them in there as well, and you want to take the lid, put it down, lock it, make sure that it's nice and secure, and then you just want to shake up the Tupperware container. See, it gets nice and sudded up. I'm just literally going to let that sit there for a little while and come back to it later. So while we are waiting for the shoelaces to soak and clean up, I'm going to move on to deep cleaning the actual shoe. I'm just going to take a Rejuvenator shoe tree and stick it in here just to maintain a little bit of shape. Today I'm going to be working with the suede brush. I have my little Rejuvenator bowl here. We're going to do 1 squirt because we are going to be working with some pretty delicate suede on a pretty rare shoe. And let's get this shoe cleaned up and let's get it outside.
It's me, P, reporting live from hell, the same one you live in. I got a question. Who wants to be a millionaire? How about the poor kids in Africa? There's millions there. Richest man on earth ain't a billionaire. Nah, he's a trillionaire. 'Cause of him you live prison here. You need to listen here. This is the same family, same plot for centuries, just a different year. Here we are, 2009. Whole goddamn world's fucking out of its mind. You gotta understand, that's part of the design. They wore you down, made you work hard to get a dime. I'm out there on the grind, so I'm stuck too. They been saying fuck me, so fuck you. Yeah, you're the reason that the earth is scummy. You worthless dummy, all you do is worship money. Bragging about the player and the pimping you. Shit, the rich man's playing you and pimping you. You're all working for the same boss. Yeah, we're all a victim to the same force. Yeah, but we ain't cut from the same cloth. I ain't brainwashed. You're all nailing to the same cross. Fucking puppets. So go ahead, girl, shake your butt. Cause you ain't going nowhere if you ain't a slut. The marketers realize that the sex sells. So you gotta be a hooker just to excel. Naked little girl stripping on a pole. For the right price, put your dick up in a hole. Oh no, don't say that he's a hater. Cause I won't sell my soul for a little